Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of my yoga learning experience. So today's video is going to be about something that I hadn't really considered before, and thanks to Alicia who left a comment on my WordPress blog, I've decided to make this video or dedicate this video to safety. Normally when I thought of yoga, I just thought, oh, just about being flexible and resting and like that meditation relaxation. And I never thought that yoga could be dangerous or harmful. So I found a website called Fitness and Freebies, positively dedicated to your fitness. And it has some safety tips for yoga beginners, and that's me. And some of the things, I'm just going to read you some of the things that it says here. I'm also going to post the link in my blog. So it says trying to force yourself into a yoga posture your body's not ready for or flexible enough for could prove disastrous. Yoga is meant to be a nurturing form of exercise, not a rigid imitation of poses. You can stretch and strengthen your body without having to touch your toes to your knees or your feet to your head. So that is it's really good to know, because before I thought, I was like, oh, this is like so difficult, like I can't touch my toes, I'm so inflexible. And now this is telling me that you don't have to be flexible to know how to do yoga and to know how to do it properly. You just have to know your zone, like how far you can go. So I'm not going to be trying to touch my feet to my head tomorrow because I'm not at that stage yet. I'm not flexible enough to do that. So yeah, it's really nice to know that there's different styles of yoga that I can do for beginners and for people who are less flexible like me. For styles of yoga, there's gentle practice forms called Kripalu, Vinyasa, or Integral Yoga. And it also says here that yogas such as Power Yoga and Bikram and Ashtanga are too vigorous for beginners and for inflexible people. So the last thing I'm going to do now is type in Power Yoga and try to learn that in one day. Maybe I'll look at it and see what kind of yoga it is, and then save it on my to-do list for the end of my learning experience, and then try it then and see if I'm ready for it. So, alright, so I'm just going to read off the last few tips that they have here on the website. One thing it suggests is to find an experienced instructor who is certified and cares about your physical limitations. It says try to practice the hands-off approach, so don't let an instructor come and try to force your body into a position that your body's just not ready for. It also says always start with a warm-up, get in like about 10 minutes of a warming up with like easy movements just to increase circulation, lubricate your joints, and ready your body to stretch. And these stretches and poses can progress from simple to difficult. Also, it says there are some poses to avoid, and these poses are the plow, the full shoulder stand, headstand, and full lotus. So I'm going to put these pictures in my blog so you guys know which poses these are good to avoid. And it says that these poses can place tremendous strain on joints and discs. So yeah, that's not good. Another tip is to protect your back. So keep your knees slightly bent and hinged from your hips when you bend forward from any standing position. So there's a few of those. For arching backwards, concentrate on opening the front of the body by lengthening from the navel to the sternum. So your belly button to your sternum, which you can feel right here. Concentrate on opening the front of the body by lengthening from the navel to the sternum. Oh, I just read that. Be careful not to overarch your lower back, as this will compress the lumbar discs. So as you might remember from my last video, so day 2, I was doing the, oh, I forget what it's called, but it's like the extending back one that's like this. And I was having difficulty because I was like, oh, like my roommate said, you have to go back farther, and I'm like, oh, this hurts, I'm gonna fall. And yeah, it was hurting my back, and now I know that I should not overarch it because it's not good for my back. So anyways, another tip is to protect your knees. Never lock your knees when you're in a standing position. If you feel any strain while doing sitting or kneeling postures, you should place a cushion or a folded blanket underneath your bottom. The last tip here says protect your neck. So be sure you keep your neck in alignment with the rest of your spine at all times, especially when arching backwards. Again, there's the arching backwards advice. Be careful not to allow your neck to drop back or down. So that's not good either. And then just the last little blurb that it has on this website says, enjoy your yoga practice and you are sure to reap the rewards. You will know when you are ready to take it a step further, or perhaps you'll be happy right where you are at. Let your body be your guide, get to know it and its injury-prone areas, and back off from any movements that cause pain or cramping. And above all, never compare yourself to others. So I think that's a nice way to close off the safety tips. Lots of people probably, like even me, like compare myself to the advanced yoga or the yogis and said, well, why can't I be like that right away? And they just have more practices and I'm just not there yet. Also, I like the sentence, let your body be your guide. So I know that right now it's like I can't, it's uncomfortable for me to extend my back too far backwards. So I'm going to avoid poses that overarch the back and slowly work my way up to becoming comfortable in that kind of position. So yeah, once again, I'm just going to post the link to this website in my blog, and I'll also post those pictures of the poses to avoid. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned as much as I did. Thank you.